The revival is over in Asbury, Kentucky, but revivals are still going on around the world even on this day. This is such an exciting time for so many because who doesn't want to hear from God? But I want everyone to use caution because something else may be going on. This may be what creates the new norm for believers. What do I mean? The second that people heard what was going on in Kentucky, they jumped in the cars and got on planes, all in efforts of experiencing what was being reported around the world. While it shows the passion that these people have for God, there will come a day when the world will be reporting that Christ has returned, and people will begin to travel from near and far to see if it's real. They will want to see the one called Christ, but that will not be him. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. This is Spoken Word. The Bible warns us that a great deceiver is coming, but it also tells us how to identify him. Believe me when I say the majority will follow him, but the few will understand who he is and reject what he offers. He will offer the mark. Matthew chapter 24 verses 21 to 26 says, "For at that time," which means it has not happened yet, "there will be a great tribulation, unmatched from the beginning of the world until now." Meaning there has never been a time like the one that is coming, and never to be seen again. If those days had not been cut short, nobody would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. Now listen to what the scriptures are about to say. "At that time, if anyone says to you, 'Look, here is the Christ,' or 'There he is,' do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders that would deceive even the elect, if that were possible. See that I have told you in what? Advance. So if they tell you, 'There he is in the wilderness,' do not go out. Or 'Here he is in the inner rooms,' do not believe it." Listen to everything these verses just said. The false Christ, who is the Antichrist, will not come until a great tribulation, unmatched from the beginning of the world until now, occurs. This means that regardless of how we feel or what we may desire, in order for this prophecy to happen, things will have to get worse. I know some of you are not going to like what I just said, but it's the biblical truth. Verse 23 said, "During that tribulation, a false Christ will come performing great signs and wonders." If people do not begin to learn the scriptures now, when that time comes, they will have no choice but to take the mark, because they will not be able to identify the lies from the truth. The scriptures tell us that without the mark, you will not be able to buy or sell. If you are unsure of what this means, think of Sam's Club or BJ's. You cannot buy anything without a membership. They will stop you at the door regardless of what you need. If people don't decide now that they will reject the mark, even if it means that their families have to starve, they will, because of the flesh, give in and be lost. Every one of the apostles were willing to die for believing in Christ. We have to and will be expected to follow their example if we truly want to make it in. Everyone should be seeking God just like the people in Asbury, so that we can become stronger in preparation for what may come within our time. Revelations chapter 13 verses 16 and 17 tells us that the mark will be placed in the right hand or on the forehead. It is not the COVID vaccine. It's not a tattoo or a social security number. No one definitively knows what it is. Just remember that it will be placed where? In the right hand or in the forehead. You don't have to worry about this changing because it is what God has given us to help us identify what the mark is and that the mark is being given. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let's keep the revival going, even if it's only in our own rooms. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm Jeremiah, and this was A Spoken Word. I'll see you next time.